Drawing the line between business and politics. This is what Executive Mayor of Johannesburg, Jeffrey Makubo, had to answer to when he appeared at the State Capture Commission of Inquiry last Friday to explain why his business benefited from a city contract while he was still finance MMC. DA caucus leader Leonard had this to say.
It's clear that he doesn't see a problem with having taken that money. He sees it as some sort of, right that he had, and that there was no conflict of interest, which is bizarre in the extreme. And we would like to see that he either, that he pays the money back, first of all, and secondly, that he withdraws as mayor of the city of Johannesburg. He's not fit to govern a city where he's taking money from contracts, and he doesn't see any issue with that. From the DA's side in Joburg, we've also launched a request to the Integrity Commission within the city of Johannesburg, as well as GFIS, to do a full-on investigation into contracts that were given to EOH and where that money went to, because as we've seen, there's also a substantial link between the previous Mayor Parks Tau and Mayor Jeff Makubo in terms of this contract.
As former regional treasurer for the ANC, the executive mayor was responsible for fundraising for the party, but questions have been raised on exactly how those processes took place. Researcher and political analyst Sabelo Chalufu spoke to us about the complexities of fundraising.
The difficulty for himself and for the broader party and other, potential, treasurers in the party is that when now they raise funds with companies that do business with the state, it then creates a conflict between the responsibilities of the party that is in office and then the company that does business with the state. And in his case and many others, there's a consistent pattern that you see where in order for a company to be able to do business with the state, they must go via the party bosses and via the party. They must first, pay their tithes there, and then, opportunities are unlocked, as he and his comrades will say. And that is problematic because it's anti-democratic. Our procurement system and our constitutional framework relies on businesses and the state doing business in an open and fair way, and this way in which they then raise the funds through these companies puts other companies at a disadvantage, because if I don't have access to you, the decision maker, or a person who has influence on the decision maker, then effectively the way that you're operating locks me out of the system. And so it creates many a problem, also a criminal problems for the parties involved, as he is now quickly finding out.
While the DA says that it will take much more forceful methods to recoup some of the money that's been lost, we wondered what the mayor's appearance did for the residents' morale. What kind of picture did it paint?
You still have to pay your rates and taxes. You still have to make sure that your bills are paid where you don't have money to pay them. And your mayor's running around with millions in his pocket because he thinks it's okay to take the money that you paid to service delivery, for his own personal gain. I think it's extremely demoralizing. I think the people of the city deserve better.
He is accused of stealing our funds when he is supposed to be the one who manages our interests and takes care of them. It is deeply concerning. And the fact is that he did come into the position under a cloud, but he was cleared in a political process that was led by his own party. And that itself is something that should concern us, that party sees him and sees the allegations against him and thinks they are not that serious that he can still be appointed into the position. It should cause the citizens to pause for reflection, to say, is this the kind of leadership that we need? Right now, when we are on the brink of collapse, there's almost no street in this city that is not without a pothole, And so it is something very concerning, and the residents ought to take stock about that as we go into 2021.
Hey, yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Reason, and you are now hanging out with me, Joburgtoday. Whether you're in Cape Town, Durban, doesn't matter. It's Joburgtoday.